crowd indeed. And Wellington has turned on a great day for this encounter, Australia versus the United States of America. Plenty of gold in the crowd, and we're just about set to welcome the teams out onto the paddock. The Pukaya call goes out. The roar goes up from the crowd. We're just about set. Genia leading the Wallabies for the very first time. He's the third Wallaby captain in 2011. Rocky Elsom and James Horwell has led the team this year. And Genia becomes the 13th Australian captain at the Rugby World Cup. Great scene here. Pittman, Field and Fry up front for the USA. Lavella, Smith, the Penrith-born lock. Basori, Danahy, Raggiano, Usaz, Malifa, Sifa and Osa, the two American Samoan centres. Swearin and Hawley on the wings, and Scully is the fullback. Slipper, Pilotta now, Alexander. Simmons and Sharp back together in the locking positions. Elsom, McKelman gets a chance to redeem himself after last week's performance that didn't really go to plan. Paolo, Genia, Cooper, Horn for Enga. Adam Ashley Cooper, 11 on his back last week, 14 this week. Mr. Versatile. And the reserves, Moore, Kepu, Vickerman, Samo, Burgess, Barnes, McCabe for the Wallabies. McClenaghan, who had a stint with Sydney University in the lower grades, learning the hooking craft. Moa Kiola, Stanfield, Johnson, Petrie, Suniula and Wiles. Eddie O'Sullivan, the Irish coach, and he was in charge of Ireland at the Rugby World Cup 2003 and 2007. And, of course, Robbie Deans is assisted by David Nusafora, Jim Williams, Phil Blake, Patricio Noriega, and all of those gentlemen under some pressure after last week's loss to Ireland. So a crowd in excess of 30,000. You can see the Wallaby supporter groups amongst it. We're just about set for the national anthems. Well, plenty of support for the American Eagles in the crowd. And what a moment for Australian-born Tim Hughes has, his first anthem as captain. Australia needing to win 5 games on the trot if they are to win the Webb Ellis Cup. They haven't won 5 straight since 2008, and all of them were on Aussie soil. Joining Phil Kearns and Mardo, myself tonight on the sideline in Wellington is Rod Kafer. Good atmosphere, Rod.
Great atmosphere. The anthems were wonderful, weren't they? The big pro-US crowd really got stuck into it. James Horwell's here on the sideline. Actually, you'll see him in a moment. He's running water. He's got both ankles strapped, not taking any risks. But the Wallaby captain's going to be the water boy tonight. And looking forward to it. Just had a chat to him. He said they've had a good week. They're really excited by this game, and a lot of guys with points to prove out there tonight. So everybody looking forward to it. Should be a wonderful match.
The Americans need to compete early on, Mardo.
Well, there's no doubt they will. There's Basori there in the background. Mexican, came to live in America and now finds himself the fittest member of this squad. He'll be wearing jersey 6. Quite simply, it's the one and only game for some of these players at the World Cup. They will get into it at the start. Whether or not they can compete when the game wears on, that's going to be decided soon.
Referee is Nigel Owens from Wales. Television match official Tim Hayes from Wales. And the assistants on the touchlines, Wayne Barnes of England and Vinnie Munro from New Zealand. Pool C, Rugby World Cup 2011. Wellington Regional Stadium. Australia just 4 tries so far in this tournament, and that's the least by any Wallaby team after 2 games at a Rugby World Cup. The Wallabies hoping to be back at this venue for a quarter-final in a fortnight. The countdown is on to kick-off. We're underway. Quade Cooper kicking off, and the Americans allowing it to bounce, but they managed to tidy up just in the nick of time.
Yeah, they're all looking at each other, waiting for someone else to catch it.
Oh, the big Lavalley let it go, the second rower.
And Usays puts it into touch around about the 10-metre mark, so we don't have to wait long for the first of the lineouts. And well, it wasn't a pass mark at the lineout last week either, was it?
No, it wasn't. Well, a little bit toughly done by Tatafo. No, there was 1 or 2 crooked ones, and then he had a third one called not straight, which was absolutely a perfect throw.
And that's a good start, and Rob Horn, hammered there.
What a collision to start the game in midfield. Rob Horn slowly gets up. He was hit by Gargiano.
And they take the tap quickly. Genia, not a good pass, and there's a mistake early on.
Oh, they're off the line so quick.
Well, we saw that, didn't we, in the game against Ireland, the Americans. One thing they do well is come off that line to put some pressure on, but that was just a poor pass and wasted opportunity.
Well, Cliffy Parlour was 3 wide of where the pass was going to go, so he was not expecting it.
And it means that it is a penalty to the Eagles. And they'll find touch just in front of Rod Kaper.
A little bit of dew on the ground in there, Kafe, or not too bad?
No, there's definitely some dew on the ground, Phil. It is a little bit wet, and both teams will need to watch that. I mean, the USA have actually got a blueprint now of how to play against the Wallabies, and it revolves around getting off the line quickly, trying to upset Will Genia, try to stop their runners. Wallabies need to think about the tactics that they should use in this game to thwart that. It might be early kicking.
Oh, flat ball to Malifa.
And so the American Eagles have good field position, and they cough it up. It's going to come back for the Wallabies. They go to the short side, and Cooper, well, he coughs it up, so he was playing advantage, fortunately, but yeah, it looks to be a little nervous at this stage, Kafe.
Yes, they look that way. Curtly Bill's on the field. There's a bit of chat going on in front of me now, just saying, calm down, everyone. Let's just take our time. You can see the little knock on here by Tim Eustace. Ball's just spilt forward, and then Anthony Finger threw that right at the back shoulder from Quade Cooper. Not an easy one to take. Yeah. I'd like to see the Wallabies, they sometimes get themselves caught playing a couple of different game plans. Are they a kicking team or a running team? They need to really determine what they are, the Wallabies, and go out and execute it.
They have a heavier pack, and Paolo gives it to Genia, and he wants to play it at the other end. And it's been picked up by Blaine Scully, the fullback. It's not out, so Genia fires it across to Cooper. He goes really wide now to Drew Mitchell. Had a room to move, and Mitchell can't find a way through. Taken on the 10-metre mark, and the men in goal pour in. Now it goes to Faenga and Horn down the short side. Cooper. Not his best kick. Across it goes to Kevin Swiren. Driven back.
Cliffy Parlow, good tackle.
And they got the ball away.
This is Scully, the fullback.
Well, the right winger, in fact, Hawley. Now the kick across field. And into touch.
Did he touch it? He doesn't think so. Play on.
So it's play on. Adam Ashley Cooper. Genia. 3-on-2 down the short side. Quick hands and straight into touch. So it was good defence by Junior Seifer. He rushed up on Quade Cooper. So, it's not the start the Wallabies were hoping for. Not fluid, Phil.
No, I think that there was one thing I liked about that, not about this, there was not a lot I liked about that. Rocky was actually a bit too flat. But previously the pass from Anthony Faenga to Cooper was a bit of a shocker. Hit his sort of behind his right shoulder, and I liked it when Quade ripped into him because that means he's focused. Quade saying, not good enough for me, I want it better tonight. And when he's demanding and takes that leadership role, he plays better.
So line out win by American, no.
Yeah, went to the outside shoulder, no doubt. Americans complaining, but it was obvious where the jumper caught it. You have a look.
Yeah, it was a shocker, but the referee should be getting a big gap in the line out, not allowing them to close like that.
There was no problem in the last scrum, it was good. Okay.
So 5 minutes gone, 0-0.
That's good.
Let's see what the Wallabies do in terms of their pattern of play now. Last week they went to the sort of same way pattern where their forwards just fold around the corner and they keep going to one side. I like the Wallabies a lot better when Will Genia makes choices about running back to the short side or going the same way. Not a fan of their sort of preconceived pattern that they've used. It just hasn't really worked for them in the last 18 months.
Straight away in. I'll deal with any issues afterwards. A middle, please. Hold the engage. Just a split second. Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
Genia gets it in quickly. Gives it to Cooper. And again, he kicks. In the middle of the park this time. Hawley takes it. And Rob Horn is around his bootlaces. Says waits for it. Giving it out to Sean Pittman. Plays his rugby for London Welsh, the loose-head prop. And through the hands out wide now. That's Swiren. Says to Basori. Says having a dart.
Gee, needed to let that go wide. The Wallabies were short defenders. They've still got two front rowers and a second rower in the back defensive back line.
Gaggiano goes to ground. Says with the box kick.
Here's a chance for the Wallabies to throw it to his left, and does.
Picked up by Cooper, who starts to move. Quade Cooper. Dummies on the inside, still going, gives it to Beale. Beale straightens and now gives it to Rob Horn, and he's over! Welcome back, Rob Horn.
Whoa, what a try by Horn. It was a worry that he could have been bundled over in that corner tackle. Yeah, the referee Owens has given it. There was no doubt. Horn stayed strong and staunch as he planted it with his left hand, but it came from the kick. We'd already seen Beale take it up. Cooper takes off, throws a lovely dummy on the inside, allows him to go. Beale, what a position he put himself in. Drew Horn gave him as much room as he could, and he was good enough to go over in the tackle of Scully.
Yeah, it was beautiful from Quade Cooper. He just saw the forward running out there. You can see him still with the beard in the background, still chasing, ineffectual, but he's chasing. And that was the man that Quade Cooper and Curtly Beale picked on. It's terrible they pick on fat blokes, I tell you.
But didn't Horn do well to absorb the blow from the fullback? He had all the rights, the Scully coming across on the angle. Probably should have